Okay, so we're gonna make a, what's it called? It's called a Tarte Soleil, which basically is like a puff pastry, but it's in the shape of a sundial. And so what you do is you take 2 puff pastries and you roll them out in a round. We used this lid to cut it out, right, to make sure that it is the size that we want. And then I rolled them out a little bit more to get it to the size that I wanted it to be. I think I need to roll it out a little bit more because now this is going to go over top of that. You know, and for those of you that know how to roll, you put more pressure on one side to roll that side out so that so that it's even. You know what I mean? So I'd say that's about the same size. Okay, so then what we're gonna do is then cover this in pesto. And then when we cover that in pesto, okay, so then you see we spread the pesto all the way around. I'm gonna make 2 of these. I'm gonna make, you see, because the extra dough, I'm gonna make a tapenade one. So then once you spread all of the pesto on here, a nice layer of it, then you take some water and then we're just gonna use that to seal around the top because we're gonna lay the other puff pastry over top of this to make a seal. Bet you could even use, I'm going to switch to egg yolk because I think egg yolk will probably be even better as glue. So I'm going to use egg yolk to seal it because I have my egg yellow for the wash later. Modifying and adjusting as I go. Okay. I'm using my arm. Uh-oh. Okay, so I had to get a little help there. So we lie it over top, right? And I did the egg wash to seal the sides, right? And now we're going to seal the sides really well to make sure that nothing is going to leak out. Seal, seal, sealing. And that we'll adjust later. And now I'm going to put a glass around the center. And then I'm going to take my pizza cutter and I'm seeing now that my pizza cutter is not my best option. So I'm going to switch. I want to get right up to the glass. So I got a knife. Adjust as you go. Get all the way up to the glass because the center bit is going to be what's going to hold it all together. Does that make sense? So then once you cut it into the divides like that, then you go back in again and cut it again. So what's holding it all together is that center round. Cut it again. Cut it again. Then I'm going to go in again. Okay, so we went through and you can see we cut them all, we divided them all. And now you just want to take your individual centers and you twist them. And if you feel like you haven't cut all the way down, we're just gonna do that. And we're gonna twist. And so then when you get to the party, you can see that people are just gonna be able to pull these away and eat one. It's gonna be lovely. Look how gorgeous.
It looks great.
And so we'll come back after all these are twisted. Okay, so now you can see like I've made it all the way around. And I just am using the knife just to like make sure that, and you just twist, 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 twist all the way. Here's my final one. You just gotta be patient and take your time. I'm learning that I probably used a bit more pesto than I needed to, but that's all right. And you can see it all the way around. It looks nice. You know, you learn as you go. You learn as you go. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. So now that we've done that, I am gonna take an egg wash. You can see I've got my egg wash here. Now this is the anchor that I talked about that's gonna be in the center. Now you take your egg wash, just mix it up a little bit. And I'm just using egg yolk here. And then we're just gonna paint it on here because that's gonna give it that beautiful golden glaze.
Look who's down here.
On here. And you just wanna paint it on there really well before we put it in your preheated 350 degree oven for 30 minutes. And you're just gonna keep an eye on it and make sure it looks like it's coming together. You're also gonna wanna glaze your dial, and so that's why it's called a Tarte Soleil, because it looks like a sun. Really nice presentation again for a party or a brunch. So we're taking it to a brunch, as I said. So I did a nice glazing of egg wash around. So I did the nice glazing of egg wash around, and so I am gonna take the fleur de sel, or a little bit of like salt, just a bit. Don't be heavy-handed. Just a bit of salt around it, and I'm gonna put it in my preheated oven, 350 degrees. I'm gonna put it on the middle rack. I'm gonna put it in for 30 minutes. Et voila, and we'll see it when it comes out. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes at 350, so now we're gonna take it out. And that is the final product. And so now, so this is the first time that I'm doing it. So one of the things that I'm seeing that I used a little bit more pesto than I should have, because I can see it's a little, the oil came through a little bit underneath. I probably would modify that a bit the next time that I do it. But that is a Tarte Soleil. Bon appétit.